18 months ago, I could only draw with pen and paper, and only by copying. I was told that all I had to do was to draw a lot of boxes every day. But honestly, I didn't have the discipline to stick to that. So I tried a different approach. And now I make immersive digital paintings of complex scenes with my own original characters, all from imagination. And the truth is that anyone can go through this same transformation. There is nothing special about me. I've just happened to discover that there is a better way to learn. One that doesn't rely on my willpower to teach myself new skills. I discovered that discipline is not something that comes from you. It's something that comes from the environment that you place yourself in. I discovered that I could design my week in a way that made learning fun and progress inevitable. In this video, I want to show you how I approach designing my ideal week, so that by the end of it, you will feel empowered and inspired to design one that works for you. Let's go. The first thing I do when I design an ideal week, whether it's for myself or for a client, is to block out time for the main duty that you cannot skip. That might be your job, your studies, or anything non-negotiable. But here's the trick that nobody does and changes everything. Label what is actually happening. Don't just write work. Is it meetings? Is it deep work? Is it admin? And if it's deep work, what are you actually doing? Email, writing, coding, reading, what is it? What is the activity? The same applies if you're a student. Don't write lectures. Label which one it is. And as soon as you do this, you will see that naming things clearly like that makes you already feel better. Really, you should feel more spacious, because vague tasks are mentally loud, ambiguity is alarming, but clarity is calming. Next, we want to prioritize for excitement. So let's block a tiny morning session before your main commitment on a daily basis. This should be short, 30 minutes max. I do 20. We are prioritizing our practice, but what are you going to practice? Be specific here. In my case, for drawing, should I do some perspective drills here and then the next day study anatomy and dynamic poses afterwards and maybe another day something else? No, don't look for exercises to practice. We need to practice for our goals specifically. Forget practicing figure drawing or anatomy. Those are second-hand goals. Those that we inherit after we realize that we're not as good as we hoped. But what if you stop trying to get good and just ask yourself, what am I genuinely excited to make? That's it. Because the answer is always something specific. Over the past few weeks, I had lots of one-to-one calls with many of you in order to understand what it is that drives you. And there is always that one thing that you would love to make. Your own original characters, your own manga, your own animation, your own game. These are not dreams. They're called projects. And it's plural, because you will not have only one. You will have loads. So don't wait to improve your skills in order to deliver your first project. You can do your project with beginner skills. Yes, it will look beginner, but it will be your project done. How cool is that? And guess what? Your skills will have skyrocketed in the process. You will be unrecognizable because your practice was specific. It was not generic. You learned by doing the thing, not by studying to do the thing. So we're going to label this short morning session with the same name of our project. You need to read this and feel a mixture of excitement and fear. That is called anticipation. You just gave yourself something to look forward to. And you're bagging in wins every day in the form of tiny daily sessions that advance your project a little bit every day. Suddenly, you start waking up excited. Think of it. How old were you the last time that you woke up excited on a random Tuesday? Exactly. If that hit home for you, make sure you subscribe because I've got lots of stuff coming up on this topic. Cool. Now that you've got a morning ritual for yourself, add 1 to 2 sessions a week that you do with someone else. A friend, if you're lucky enough to have friends that are on the same journey as you do. Or if not, you either find a community online in the discords of some artist's Patreon, for example, and meet people that way. Or you can pay someone to be your drawing partner. That's what I do with Gaia that I found on Superprof. And it's okay if these are teachers, just make sure that they become more drawing partners rather than teachers. Make sure that they're not set in their traditional teaching ways that will go against the project-based learning principles that I've talked about earlier. We don't want to be doing exercises and drills. Basically, you're trying to find an accountability partner to share your journey with. It's not just for fun, it's part of the psychology of learning. When you do something with another human, it becomes a shared ritual. You show up more, you commit more, and you enjoy it more. You will stick to it with less effort. So you can put that session in the evening and use it to work on the same project that you're building in the mornings. This way you can see it with different eyes and you can progress more in a longer bout of effort, and also you can renew your excitement for the morning sessions. But maybe you think that this schedule will not work for the kind of person you are, and you are right to think that there is no one size fits all. So I designed this quiz that reveals what type of artist you are, and it should help you determine how to adapt the principles that I shared today to your own natural tendencies. It's free and it's fun to take. Well, take it and let me know what you think. The link is in the description. And this concept of understanding the type of artist that you are is really quite key to your art journey. I talk about it in more detail in this video here as part of habit number 2. So feel free to skip ahead to that section of the video if it sounds interesting to you. I'll see you there. I couldn't find a test that... I couldn't find a test to answer those questions,